Travel the nation, this girl was amazing, she was Caucasian. Got my blue eyes, she is my baby. She is my baby, my baby, my baby.
Hello and welcome back to the Astraddle podcast. I am Danny, across from me is Lee.
And I am Lee, and I'm here with Danny, and this is going to be a good one.
So, Lee,
Yes.
you're probably fed up with this, and people listening are probably fed up with this. Coronavirus, COVID-19.
I don't like that word.
Or COVID.
COVID-19 or coronavirus, to be fair.
Yeah.
But it has to be said, literally just before we started recording this, they've literally just cancelled the F1 race in Australia after McLaren turned around and said that they was pulling out. So that's a good thing. Other things are progressing in the sense of more sporting events are going to be cancelled, but it's took so long for this government to actually act on it. They could be responsible for a lot more issues that are going to arise from this outbreak.
Well, I mean, I've had a couple of conversations over the past few weeks, or about a month and a half now, and it's the ignorance of what people are saying.
Yeah.
It really gets on my nerves. But anyway, it's affecting a lot of people. I'm not sure to what extent how bad it is. I don't think really anyone is, even the professionals. I don't think are fully aware of what could happen with it.
I don't think you can call yourself a professional of this coronavirus, this strain of it, because it's not. Nobody knows anything about it. So.
No. We don't even know where it's come from. I mean, we've all got our theories. Me personally, it could be anything.
It's come from China.
Yeah, but
that I do know.
Yeah, where it's... Well, we don't even know if it came from China. That was just where the first case was noticed. But you never know. It could have been around for a couple of years.
It could have been.
We just don't know. It's just slowly developed. But it's a bit mad.
I know people that won't go to the Chinese to order Chinese food because of this coronavirus.
Well, my brother works in the pub industry, or the pub trade, whatever you want to call it, and a lot less people are buying Corona.
Yeah,
He's been drinking it all their life, and
that right there is a load of dumb people that think just because it's Corona, it's got something to do with the virus.
Exactly. I mean, it's incredible. I mean, it's just such a big thing, yet no one really knows what it is.
Yeah.
And I think that's what's scary, because over the past couple of days, today and yesterday mainly, I've just finished my mocks at school, 2 long weeks of doing the mocks at school, and we've just, before exams, feels like, well, we might have to use these for your GCSEs. We don't know if you'll be allowed in school to do your GCSEs.
Really?
And for me, it's one of those things now where we're being given work, send home, just in case we're off for a couple of months. And it's looking like the grade boundaries could be lowered by up to 20%. Or
wow.
Lowered by, up to 20%. And it's a bit mental. Because, I mean, we're year 11. We've not got long. We've got 7 weeks before our GCSEs and this coronavirus comes up. So
can you ask for a special dispensation if you can't do if you don't get very good grades?
I don't know. We don't know yet. But we've got a couple of students at school who are self-isolating.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know the extent of that, because obviously confidentiality and all that.
Have you been close to them at any point?
Not really.
Not really? Oh, that's all right then. We're safe.
No. I
any
mean,
coughs, sneezes or anything and I'm out the door?
To be fair, I have been ill. But since this coronavirus thing has happened, it's like my body's like, no, you're not ill anymore. It's fine.
Yeah.
It's very strange. But, yeah.
Weird, isn't it?
Coronavirus. What a time to be alive.
Yeah. Or, I don't know if you've noticed, there's a coronavirus Spotify playlist.
Oh, God.
Have you heard it?
No,
Have you
I
heard?
haven't.
Oh, hold up a minute. I've got to find it. I actually retweeted it. I'll probably get a lot of crap for this, but I don't care because it's funny.
Yeah, well, I've just got a notification from my news app, the iOS news app. People with fever or persistent cough told to self-isolate 4 minutes ago. coronavirus infects 5 to 10,000 people in the UK. And coronavirus FTSE 100 sheds more than 10% in worst day since 1987 crashed.
Really?
Now, I don't know what that means. Can you educate me on that, or are you not sure?
Not 100% sure. 1 second. I'm just trying to find this thing because it is it really is so funny.
Oh, also, Michael Rowe, or
Yeah.
Michael Rowe, OBE, has passed away.
Yes. Also, what's it called? Michelle Roux, the chef, has passed away today at 79.
Oh,
It's just crazy.
interesting.
If you look on, going back to this coronavirus thing, if you go on Zane's Twitter,
Yeah.
it's on there because here we go. Here we go. Are you ready for this?
Go on.
First one. Treat people with kindness.
Right.
Then we've got no air. Then we've got Jesus. Take the wheel. You touch me, I touch you back. If I ever feel better, let me get. There's one called Bad Disease.
Jesus.
Hold up. How do I breathe? I don't care if you're contagious.
Yeah, that'll be something.
Yeah. Yeah. There's another one. There's one called Unwell.
Okay.
Where he's still and there's one called I've Died. That's
Well,
that's
I hope not.
yeah, but there's one called Rather Die Young, Emergency Room, Made in China.
Well,
I better stop before I get into some trouble because it's not funny in a way, but it is.
yeah. Well, going back to how it's originated, they do some strange stuff in China. Like some of
Yeah.
the stuff they eat.
Oh,
It's incredible. Oh
if,
no.
if it's got a pulse, they'll eat it.
I think if it fits in your mouth, you'll eat it.
Even if it doesn't.
You just cut it down and.
There's some weird things that they eat in China. Same as
Yeah.
Korea, though. I mean, they eat dog in Korea, and it's just not good.
Oh.
Not that I've had it. It's just
Nah.
that I've got a dog at home and he's a pet, and I'm like, I could never think of actually, I'm a bit hungry. I'll have a bit of Ronnie tonight. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, well. Oh God, no. But yeah, it's a strange world we live in, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So, Lee,
Yes.
I don't think I've said this for a while. Have you done your good deed for today?
Today, not today. I haven't. No, I've been rather busy, getting some stuff done for a project that I'm doing.
Yeah.
I can't tell you too much about it right now. But what I can say is it's a written script.
Yeah, what I've been told is it's looking very good.
It's
very
it's
good.
very good, very good. And I've just been doing some stuff for that today and
Okay.
the rest of the week. Other than going to Liverpool yesterday,
Oh.
I can't really get away from saying about it because, it's what I do. I go there and I spend a lot of time there. And yesterday, I wish I hadn't have gone because we played absolutely amazing for 90 minutes, and then for 15 minutes they scored 2 goals. It's like what?
Yeah.
So that's.
I mean, it's bad, man. Alvaro Morata is scoring against you.
Oh, I hate him. I hate him with passion.
He's awful.
Absolutely.
I think he's one of the worst, top flight professional footballers I know.
I've got to say this.
I've seen.
I won't slate many Liverpool players.
No.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, I don't know what goes on in their life, but when they're on that pitch, they play. They play really well. But last night, I know we had to have Adrian in goal because Alisson was injured. But
Yeah, 2 injuries in one season for your goalkeeper.
yeah,
That's scary.
I would rather have had recalled Bogdan from wherever he is and say, would you go in goal? Because Adrian was just absolutely shocking. And whenever they came forward, and they didn't come forward very often in that game, but whenever they came forward, you thought, geez,
They're
these
gonna
guys,
score.
yeah, they're going to score.
Yeah. I think one player at Liverpool who I cannot stand, Dejan Lovren.
Oh, the best defender in the world.
So-called oh, no. I had a dream last night, actually. And I'm not going to be one of these who's like, oh, you'll never guess what dream I had. Probably won't guess.
Go on then.
We can believe it's probably a dream because anything can happen. I think I've touched on how I get annoyed when people say, you won't believe this dream I had last night.
You've said about it before.
Yeah, it gets on my nerves when people say that. But my dream was Ilkeston Town
Yeah.
versus Liverpool,
Oh.
pre-season friendly, at the newly developed new Manor Ground.
The new Manor Ground. Yeah.
The new Manor Ground. And Dejan Lovren scores and celebrated in front of our fans. I don't know why I'm having that dream. I have no idea why I'm thinking of Dejan Lovren when I'm sleeping, but apparently I am.
That's kind of scary because I try not to think about him at all.
I'm not even a Liverpool fan either.
No,
That's what I
no, you're
find
worse.
weird.
You're a Chelsea fan.
Exactly.
That's worse.
It's not very often I have dreams about Chelsea.
Oh, see,
Football club, anyway.
you don't love them as much then.
Yeah.
To be fair, Lovren he was a good player. He does more mistakes than anything. But when he scored to get us into the final of the Europa League, that's when people said he was a legend. And then
He's just kept that status, hasn't he?
yes, until about 2 seasons ago when he came out with a stupid statement saying he was the best defender in the world, and I'm like, what? I don't think he's any better than Van Dijk. In fact, I know he's no better than Van Dijk.
No.
Van Dijk.
I think John Matip is better than him.
Yeah.
Joe Gomez is better than him. He's a fourth choice centre back.
Yeah,
That's just how it is.
I dare say Nathaniel Klein, who's out on loan, is better.
He's a right back, isn't he? Full back.
Yeah, he is.
But then again, didn't Lovren play left back at one point?
It's played most of the in the defence, whatever position, but he can't pull it off like James Milner. James Milner has to do a job and he'll do it.
Yeah, I think James Milner is one of the most versatile players I know. Chuck him at left back,
Yep.
he'll do a solid job. But chuck him at centre back, does a solid job, like against Shrewsbury.
And I tell you
He plays
something.
centre back, and then you can chuck him in centre mid, and he just controls the game.
Yeah, but I tell you something. People might disagree with me on this, but it's only my opinion. But you could tell the difference when Liverpool played and Hendo wasn't there.
Yeah, 100%.
When he was injured and you just couldn't do anything. It looked like we didn't know how to play football.
You've got the captain gone, and it's not just the captain; is, in my opinion, the most crucial player in the team.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think you've got players like Milner and you've got players like Henderson, and you take them away from the team, and you're just left with young, individual, talented players.
Yeah.
But I think you take them out and you're less of a team,
And
in my opinion.
I'll tell you one player that annoyed me to the point of screaming last night. Yeah.
Okay.
This won't go down well at all. It's one of the front three. Yeah. Sadio Mane. He tried. He wasn't just attacking. He was trying all the fancy shit, and he didn't need to. In the space of 5 minutes, he tried to do 2 bicycle kicks, and it's like,
I
why?
saw one, and the ball was played behind him, so I understand why he did a bicycle kick
Yes, but
for one of them, but I haven't seen both of them.
there was 2. One of them he brought down, and rather than it brought it in, and it was still high, and he just went for it, and it's like, why? Why would you do that? Especially at this point when we hadn't scored and we needed to score, and it's like, really?
I think there's a lot of egos in Liverpool, and I think the recent results have shown that.
Are we talking about a team or in general with people?
I think both. I think Trent, I think, is very humble.
Yeah.
I think Robertson sometimes gets a bit too carried away.
Yeah.
And he's very disciplined on the pitch, yes, but I think his interviews sometimes and what he says seems a bit...
Robertson.
Yeah, I think, should you say that?
Scottish, he riles people up.
Yeah, when you've just lost 1-0, I think saying, would have come into Anfield, you know what, that interview annoyed me a little bit.
I think with Trent, because he's a local lad, he is from Liverpool, he's from around the corner from where they play.
Yeah, I think he knows more what it means.
It's a bit... He's come through the academy, the ranks, and he's done really well. And right now, I'd be pushed to find someone that could actually replace him at that club, even though he's only had a few seasons playing in the normal squad.
Yeah, well, I think he's maybe not the best right back in the world. But
no, but
certainly top 5.
If he fits in that squad,
He's the best up and coming right back.
yeah.
Aaron Wan-Bissaka, I don't think is all that. Not yet.
Do you not?
Not yet. I don't think so. No. Going on to that, young English talents, the Euros.
Ugh.
If it goes ahead with this coronavirus, if it stays how it is, I can't see it being on.
I can't see it being.
I can see it being suspended, or being delayed, or just not happening. But what is your 11 players you have to take?
Wow.
Or maybe start with goalkeeper, and then we can just go back and forth.
Even goalkeepers that right now, I don't. You see, this sounds really bad because I'm basing it on this season. Yeah,
That's what you've got to do. You've got to go on current form.
Got to go on current form,
But then you also need to make sure they fit into the
Yeah,
system
but
Gareth wants to play.
the way I'm thinking about it is the only, and bearing in mind this is only me saying there's been nobody able, to catch what Liverpool have done this season, and we haven't got an English keeper. So for me to actually say who's going to be the England number one,
Yeah.
I haven't really seen anything decent enough to go, I could pick them.
For me, Dean Henderson.
Yeah.
I think Pickford is very good, but he makes a lot of mistakes.
He has his moments. Yeah.
I think like De Gea, in their own right, they are incredible keepers. But are they a bit of a liability?
De Gea,
Like Carriers.
De
on
Gea
his
2
day.
years ago, he wouldn't have made any mistakes.
No.
It was the rest of the team that made the mistakes, and it
Or-
was Dave that actually sorted them out.
Yeah. And then if he did make a mistake, you never noticed because nothing came from it.
Yeah.
He always kind of sorted them.
I think Pickford, what's it called? He gets the occasion. The occasion gets to him from time to time.
Yeah, I think he loses his head every now and then.
He'll do a save, and because he thinks it's absolutely amazing, he tells everybody on the pitch. And to me, when you do that after the game, not during the game, because if you lose after you've made a screw up a lot, a bit further down the line, there's not a lot you can say. Well, it wasn't my fault. Well, actually, it was. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
I think there's a lot of pressure on goalkeepers
yeah.
because if they make a mistake, 9 times out of 10 they're going to be punished.
Well-
Where if a striker makes a mistake, 9 times out of 10 they'll get away with it.
Well, just look at last night. We had so many shots on goal. They had 2 shots on
Adrian
goal,
made 2 mistakes
and they scored.
and they scored both of them.
Yeah. One of them, he didn't even go down for the ball. And that really riles me.
Yeah, the thing that kind of annoyed me is when he scuffed his clearance
Yeah.
and it seemed like he kind of dived in slow motion.
Yeah.
And he didn't put his arms out.
Yeah. He
I was
stopped
like,
halfway. He stopped halfway down and thought,
It wasn't a very powerful shot either, I don't
No.
think.
no. But, it's things like that make you go, that's why we got rid of Carrius.
Yeah.
And then we've got this dude. And I'm not going to say he's a clown, but he's not. Maybe
I don't think he's played at that high enough level.
No, I think we've been spoiled with the fact that with Alisson, whenever he was in goal, it's like, we've got this covered because there's nothing going to get past this guy.
It's like David De Gea at United.
Yeah.
You thought, oh, okay, Van Dijk's injured. We're going to miss him for a game or two. That's bad. But we've got Alisson.
Yeah.
So I think having that kind of goalkeeper behind you just puts a lot more confidence
I think
in the team. And I think Adrian's experience, and he's shown what he can do on the pitch and stuff. But I don't think his experience enough for the Champions League.
so. What back four would you take for England?
Back 4.
Yeah.
I would go back 3.
Back 3
Yeah. Maguire.
goes without say.
Harry Maguire.
I was going to say Harry, not Joe.
Yeah, Harry Maguire.
Or could you imagine the pairing Harry and Joe at the back?
What about Lawrence?
Oh,
The Maguire brothers at centre back.
yeah.
But no, Maguire as a sweeper. I think that is him. And then go forward. Because I think he's one of them players where you can get him if he's on the ball in his 18-yard box, he's okay.
Yeah.
Like, you're comfortable with him being on the ball in the 18-yard box,
Yeah.
even if it's being pressured. Second centre-back, Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker or Kyle Walker-Peters?
Kyle Walker.
Kyle Walker, yeah, okay.
I think he plays his best football at centre-back.
Yeah.
Because right back, or right wing-back, Trent.
Trent, all day long.
I think defending, if I'm going defending, I wouldn't go for Trent. But if I'm playing a wing-back, someone who I know can get forward and then get back.
Do the overlap and everything else.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Trent. The final centre-back, I'm not sure.
You're not sure?
John Stones, maybe.
Really? He's not had a great...
Maybe. That's what I mean. I don't watch a lot of top flight football anymore. I don't really have the time. So for that,
You tried
I'm
to say
not
I
sure.
do.
Well, for me, I'm not sure who I'll go for that final centre back.
I wouldn't go for Stones since he signed for Man City because he'd been shocking.
First season, I think he did very well.
Opinion.
Well, yeah, but
I'm not sure who I'd have there, but who would you have in midfield?
well, I've not done my left wing back
Oh,
yet.
sorry, carry on.
Left wing back, Danny Rose.
Danny Rose.
For England, I think Danny Rose doesn't do much wrong.
Yeah, but
If you're having someone who can get forward, I think for me, Danny Rose is.
Okay.
I just like him. I think he's good.
I'm going to ask you a controversial question now.
Okay.
What would your view be on picking players that play in the Premier League and nowhere else?
Stupid.
Stupid. Go on then. Inform me.
Jadon Sancho has to go. He has to. Kieran Trippier has to go.
How much?
Maybe not start, but he has to go.
But here's a question, right? How many times has the manager been out to go and watch them? On, excuse me, on a regular basis or once every blue moon?
I'm not sure.
Because
But for me, I think Sancho has to go and he has to start.
yeah, maybe. Excuse me. But I think sometimes I haven't got a problem with them being out of the country, but what I do have a problem with is way back when everybody loved David Beckham. Yeah, and when he was in Italy or Madrid, I'm not saying they didn't get watched all the time, but what I am saying is it's getting picked on the name.
Yeah.
Because he's David Beckham. Oh, we'll put him in the squad.
Well, I was watching one podcast with, is it Peter Crouch?
Oh, the Peter Crouch podcast.
Goes on about when Bex was captain for England.
Yeah.
It brought in so much money.
Yeah.
But he didn't go and collect fines. He didn't go and sort tickets out for people. That's what Gary Neville did.
Yeah.
And for me, I think if Gary Neville was the one who was going around on the coach, checking everyone had the soap or whatever in their bag and stuff.
It'd be a military precision.
Yeah. For me, Gary Neville should be captain. But was Bex then the lead by example kind of captain?
No, he wasn't. He was the I'm me. He wanted the limelight more than he wanted the football.
Yeah.
And I remember doing a camp at Man United. He was doing a camp at Man United, and he just shaved his head, and he was walking around with this stupid hat on because what he was going to do was he was going to reveal it to the public, to the media, because he was going to get a nice wedge for it. And Fergie was like, "No, you take that off now," because they were all sat around in the suits, and here's Bex with a hat on. He's like, "Take it off now." And I've heard stories, and it's like he's so unprofessional, but he wants everything that you could get. But
Which I think fair play to him. But your job is a footballer.
yeah,
First and foremost.
That's
what your job is.
I mean, what would your daily routine be being a footballer?
My daily routine. Up at 8 every morning.
Yep.
Depending on if, let's say I've got training in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And I don't need to be up earlier. Mine will be 8 o'clock morning start. Wake up. I'll have my breakfast. What that is, I don't know. Maybe some Weetabix, maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe some porridge. I'm not a big fan, but I might start eating porridge. Maybe eating some oats and milk or whatever. I don't know. I've never had that, but I'm not sure. But at the minute, I've just started eating oatmeal puffs or something,
Oh, nice.
which is very nice. I'm not sure if that's good for you, but it's nice. It's low in carbohydrates, and it's got like no starch in and stuff. So, for me, that's already a green light to go ahead eating them from what I've learned from my hospitality course and food and stuff like that, and nutrition. And then it would be go for a run. And then it would be come home, relax. If I've got training in the afternoon, go to training, be there half an hour before I start.
Yeah.
Be the first person changing on that pitch. Be the last person to leave. Get an extra training where I can. Get home. Eat. Make sure it's something I need. If I feel a bit tired, get a bit of protein in or something like that. And then drink plenty of water throughout the day. Stay hydrated. Get home. Relax.
Early bed.
And in bed by 11 o'clock.
That's late. If you're not playing, bed by 9.
But then it also depends if I've got work.
Yeah, but if you're a footballer, it's what you have to do. You've got. I mean,
if I was a pro footballer,
Yeah.
and I had nothing else going on, bed by 9. That's what it would be.
It's a weird one, and just taking you off that, I've just had a text message.
Okay.
Going back to the coronavirus.
Okay.
My mate's just texted me and said it's actually worse than the Ebola crisis we had.
Yeah.
And
Ebola didn't reach the UK, did it?
it did, but it was contained.
Yeah. It was only a small group of people, wasn't it?
He just said that it's been on the news that it's worse than Ebola. It's like, wow.
Yeah.
And it's crazy. But anyway, we'll get back to football.
Yeah.
But I'm struggling with my England setup right now, probably because I've not been that interested. And I don't say that in a way where I just can't be arsed. I'm saying it in the sense of I've been concentrating on one team all season, not the international scene.
2 teams, I like to hope.
Well, yeah, 2 teams. 2 teams. 1 Premier League, 1 Northern Premier League.
Yes.
That sounds good, doesn't it? Northern Premier League.
It sounds very nice.
Yeah.
I miss the Evo-Sick name, though. Evo-Sick Northern Premier League.
Yeah.
It was so nice.
But I was going to say, because I wasn't there last Saturday.
Okay.
How was it?
The pitch was wide and very short. It was a very short pitch.
Really?
It must have been minimum requirements for length.
Yeah.
And maybe halfway requirements for width.
Wow.
The ground seemed like it was made from storage containers,
Really?
but it's a very old ground.
Oh, fair enough.
The pitch went from the far corner, went up, and it went up, so like the goalway, and then back into that corner flag of the opposite corner, down.
So
Sloped a bit.
it reminds me of the old Manor Ground when it was on a
Yeah,
hill.
that was a bit before my time.
Yeah.
But
Before
yeah,
mine, but my wife told me that.
yeah,
so.
but the surface was incredible. Hospitality, incredible, and
Yeah.
everyone at the club was incredible.
Great.
So I'd like to mention that I don't think I've had one game where the people at the club haven't been incredible.
Like I say, the one that we went to the week before, the game wasn't great, the pitch wasn't great, but the people there was incredible. They really was.
Yeah, and I think non-league, it's just, they're like, oh, okay, you're involved with the club? Brilliant.
Yeah.
Let's have a nice long chat.
Yeah.
And that's just incredible.
This week, where are we? You've forgotten.
Loughborough Dynamo FC.
Yes.
And ex-Robin, who came through the academy, I believe,
Yeah.
Curtis Burrows plays for them.
Ooh, was it going to
I
be a
think
bit of
he's
niggle?
a centre mid or a winger, and he scored like 4 or 5 free kicks and about the same penalties.
Are we going to put a bet on Kieran doing a tackle?
Kieran will get booked.
Do you think?
I think so.
Oh, if only he could hear this beforehand, so he knows not to get booked.
Yeah. So I think the we're going to go for a little break. When we
Yes.
come back, we're going to talk about the midfield
Yes.
for the Euros.
And we shall also talk about where I was last week.
Yes, so. The Astraddle Podcast. And we are back. A nice little jingle for you. I thought that'd be a nice little surprise.
Yeah,
It
it's
was a
pretty
surprise for me. I didn't know that was happening. But yeah, we just had a little discussion about a bit more about the coronavirus. We spoke a bit about comedy, Ricky Gervais, Carl Pilkington, Rowan Atkinson, them kind of people, and we've spoke just in general about a few things.
Yeah. But let's get back to the midfield of England.
Okay, so at the minute I'm going for a 4-3-4. 4-3-3.
4-3-3. Oh, 4-3-3.
A 3-4-3, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So in midfield, I'd have two holding midfielders. Jordan Henderson, without a doubt, captain, in my opinion.
Endo, yes.
The other centre mid, who do I go for? Ooh, Declan Rice.
Ooh, that's a bold call.
Just because I think they both can go forward and they both can come back.
Do you think Jack Grealish should be there?
Yeah.
Yeah?
But not in the starting 11, I don't think.
Part of the squad, though.
Yeah, part of the squad. 100%. I think he deserves it. He deserved it 2 seasons ago, in my opinion. He deserved to be involved in some way, even if it was just a friendly.
Yeah, but the thing is, and it's a weird thing, because it's how it turns out. Normally, if you're not in the Premier League, you don't get picked for.
Yeah,
if you're not in the top flight football, if you're in the league below, you won't get picked. And sometimes I think maybe we should give it a chance, just because players in the lower league are good.
Well, in friendlies, what does it matter if you bring someone from the Championship? And it's almost like loyal players are being punished.
Yeah, but if you brought him in for a friendly, would you use him in a proper game?
Well, I think it depends on how they fit in. Get him involved with training.
Yeah.
If he's of a good enough quality in training, you start him for the game. If he does well in that game and you're impressed, you put him in a squad for competitive international fixtures, in my opinion. But yeah, Jack Grealish should be involved, but not in the starting 11. As it stands, I do not think. And then I'll go for like a left mid and a right mid.
Yep.
No, I won't.
Oh, conundrum.
No, because obviously you've got your right wing back and your left wing back, which are going to push into midfield anyway. So that's my midfield done.
Can I just say one thing?
Okay.
You're thinking about this way too much.
Yeah. Well, three up front, who would you go for?
Ooh.
Actually, no, your midfield, who would you go for?
My midfield, definitely Hendo.
Yeah, it's got to be.
Dare I say it, I'd have Sterling there.
In centre mid?
I'd have him in midfield.
Okay. What formation are you going with, though?
I don't know yet.
Okay. So I'm guessing you're going 4-4-2 as it
Yeah,
stands.
as it stands, I'd say so. But I'm just trying to think who else I would actually have.
For going forward.
Yeah, for going forward. It's quite difficult. If we was talking older players who I'd have back, I could give you a list of names.
Yeah.
Who I'd have.
But then again, we don't want Gary Neville bombing it down the wing.
Do you know what? Right. This is going to be an unpopular point of view, but you know when you watch Sky Sports,
yeah,
and you've got Gary Neville and you've got Cara on comms.
It's brilliant.
Yeah, it is.
It reminds me of, was it Fancast or something? What Sky Sports used to do.
Oh, I know.
It used to be 2 fans.
Yeah.
The Liverpool Man United derby is incredible.
But do you know what? You know, when it's not the derby and it's either one of them or the other, yeah. I hate to say this because I like Cara, I really do, but he's not as professional at his job on comms as Gary Neville is. Gary Neville is kind of sometimes he's too harsh on United because he doesn't want to seem like he's being up their arse, basically.
Yeah, and I think that'll just come in time.
It'll come in time, but it's just At times, and you know, Liverpool fans won't like me saying this, but it's true. He is more professional than Carra at times.
Yeah.
He's got the way he says things and the way he does things. It's amazing.
So, instead of dodging the question, a left mid.
I'm trying to think. Do you know what? My mind's gone blank. My mind has genuinely gone blank.
Okay.
We'll come back to that question later.
Okay. Your forwards.
My forwards. You see, I could put Sterling there, but then again, if Harry Kane is fit and he's doing well with Tottenham, which at this moment in time is not, he'd be playing. Can Teddy Sheringham come out of retirement and he'd play up front?
How old is he?
Oh, he's about 50.
Will he need his trolley?
Oh.
I think that might rip up the pitch of it.
Oh, that's a bit harsh.
No, brilliant player. Utmost respect for him.
Yeah.
Well, I would go through it from a left wing, a right wing, and a striker. A left wing, Sterling.
Yep.
Right wing, Sancho.
Yep.
Up front, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane up front.
But not as captain.
Not as
Hendo's got to be captain for me.
Yeah. Yeah, even though he's out of Champions League, he's done so much this last season.
And in my opinion, James Milner has to go.
It has to go because he's got to be.
He has to be in the squad.
Yeah.
You need that level of experience in the team.
You do. I think it'd be a good idea if, even if he didn't play, he's in the backroom staff.
Yeah, and I reckon Vardy needs to be in the squad.
He's retired.
We need to convince him. In my opinion, I think Vardy. We need someone.
Well, if that's the case, how about we convince Wayne Rooney? Because he's much better than Vardy. But yeah, I know what you mean.
Yeah, where would you play him? Centre mid?
Who?
Rooney.
Anywhere he wants to play. Anywhere he wants to play, because he's got the credentials, and you know, give him enough respect for him to play where he wants to play, because he's actually the England's #1 goal scorer. Do you know what I mean? So
Yeah, 50-something goals.
yeah, so you've got to give him credit for that. So
yeah,
I'd let him play anyway. He likes playing in goal.
Yeah,
he could be our solution for a keeper.
What, Liverpool?
No, for England. Don't.
Okay.
You know,
I don't think he would do that.
oh, you never know.
Well, not for Liverpool anyway.
No,
He's
he's-
Evertonian, isn't he?
Yeah, but he's a Scouse, so it's all right.
Oh.
I won't hold that against him.
Ooh.
Not right now, anyway.
No. Right. So,
A little voice told me
oh,
that did you or did you not get into the academy this week?
as it stands, I've been given a conditional offer.
A conditional offer.
What the conditions are, I do not know.
Okay.
I'm not too sure, or it might just be one of them things where it seems more professional, or it's just one of them things where it might just be in there anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, soon I think we've got a game at some point, and then a couple of days before my birthday, I think, and then contract signing and second trial day.
Second trial day.
Yeah, so I'm looking forward to it. I had a meeting with Mark Clifford.
And how did
Not
that
long
go?
ago. That went very well. Not necessarily to do with the academy, but in general, I'm still overwhelmed by the amount of support I myself receive from the club, and then just the transparency with everyone, from those at the top to the fans. Incredible. The support from the fans. Incredible.
So can you give me some inside information that's going off at Ilkeston right now?
I don't know a lot,
So no.
but all I know is planning permission's been granted for the pitch.
Excellent.
I think that's common knowledge now, and I think it's planning permission for the new floodlights, maybe.
Oh yeah.
Don't quote me on that. I'm
Okay.
not sure. But obviously, I found out last season, or a couple of seasons ago, some of the fans said if he was at a forum, which I don't think he was at the time,
Yeah.
when Alan Hardy was involved, there's a mine
Yeah, there is.
underneath the pitch,
Yeah.
which is incredible. So that might hinder some stuff, but it's incredible. I mean, everything that's happening at the club. I was involved in a news article recently
Oh, I saw that.
about Ilkeston Town. I didn't know that was being released.
When did you do that?
I did that in late November
Oh, right.
when I was the club photographer before you came on board.
Before I came, oh, yeah.
Yeah. So my role kind of changed from what it says in that article since, but my opinions stay the same.
That's good. I read
The
it.
club is incredible.
I read it and I was like, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I will say, if you do go to read that article, it's by Callum Jackson, I think. Go on Twitter.
Yeah,
He has a link on there to it. If you want to click on it, read it. They are my opinions and not those of
Anyone else
Mark
at the club?
Clifford
Yeah.
or anyone at the club or the club itself. They are just my opinions.
Okay.
As a photographer,
Yes.
we've had this conversation in the past.
Many times.
I think you know what I'm going to say.
Possibly.
What do you think I'm going to say?
Well, you tell me and I'll tell you if you was right.
Photos being used without permission.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Hate it with a passion.
Do you think?
My opinion on it, doing that for a job, it's your work.
Yeah.
You wouldn't want to work, for instance, you wouldn't want to work in a shop and someone walk out with a gear and not pay for it and everything's all right. It's the same thing with photography. If you have photos and you put them out on social media, that's fine. If someone then takes your photos without your permission and then uses them, that's where I draw the line and say, hold up a minute, sort yourself out. You've done it once. If you do it again, I will bill you. And it's not cheap.
And I mean, the thing for me is I'm honoured that they have been used.
Yeah, yeah.
But it also comes to the point where it's a bit...
I think the word you're looking for are taking the piss.
Yeah, I mean, the non-lead paper have used one of my photos before.
Yeah.
Without permission and stuff. But they credited me.
Yeah, yeah.
And if you're going to credit me, I'm fine.
Yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean? I don't think they knew, because I think they got it off Google and it said who took it and who uploaded it and stuff. So I was like, okay, if that's fair enough. And I wasn't bothered because I was credited for it. And I think if you're going to credit someone, that's good. But I think this one, well, on 3 separate occasions, they've been used by different
clubs.
Clubs. And I'm not going to mention them because I don't want the backlash, I guess, from it.
You can't get any backlash because they've
I don't want the club to get backlash because I've used someone else's photos before.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to do because you think, oh, that photo's, it's
better
good
than
for
mine.
yeah, it's good for what we need to use a photo for. We would use it.
Yeah.
And sometimes you don't think of how that made the person who took it feel. And I do understand that sometimes you just don't think. Because it is just a photo. And if you're not a photographer, you don't realise then.
You don't realise that.
I used a photo before and the photographer got annoyed with me.
Yep.
And I was like, I fully understand that. I apologised. As much as I could. I was like, if you want to bill me, bill me. I totally understand that. He didn't.
Wow.
Because I knew him and stuff. But he was a little annoyed with me. And next time I saw him, I went, I apologise and we sorted it all out. It's an easy mistake to do. And that's what I understand. Doing it myself, I know it's an easy mistake to do.
Yes and no.
But if anyone is listening and they have used a photo of a photographer's in the past, especially for either commercial use or for business use, maybe try and see who took it before you use it.
Yeah. I've got a funny story actually this week. After I put that tweet out about how annoyed I was about, somebody using another photographer's photos.
Yeah.
And we all know who that was about. Like we say, we're not going to mention the names.
But it was about me.
It was about you, but who? I'm not going to mention the clubs.
No.
But literally a week after that, the Ilkeston Live came through the letterbox, and I was looking at it.
Did you use one of your photos?
They used one of my photos, and I was like, well happy. And then underneath it said, photos taken by Scott Fletcher. Yeah, that was my I was like, damn. I'm not going to say anything to him because it was funny, but I know how they got the photo because
Yeah.
obviously he
Posts them.
he,
and
he
stuff.
posts them, and they just
With
took
your
it.
permission.
Yeah, with my permission. Any photo that is on social media or anywhere with Elkiston Town, it's all with my permission. I will.
Yeah.
I even message some of the players and give them personally rather than just.
Yeah, like I have a few people like Stano and
Yeah.
Tom, and when Alex was there vacationing, and pretty much every player at some point has messaged me asking for photos.
Yeah.
For the players, the photos of them.
Yeah, that's it.
Use them. You don't need to credit me, in my opinion, because it's a photo of you.
Yeah. And if you,
And you're involved with the club. So, in my opinion, if any photos I've took and it's used by the club or used by someone at the club, I have no problem.
yeah.
But if you're then to leave the club or to leave an organisation and then use it for a different one, it gets a little bit annoying sometimes.
The water's a bit murky.
Yeah, but I don't have a problem with my photos being used without permission, but please do get in contact with me.
Yeah. It's a simple. I mean, I'm working with a guy at the moment. Well, I'm working with a couple of guys at the moment who do photography, of which we're going to have them in as our next guests. They are really cool, and the story between what they do is truly amazing. And they do a lot. It's mostly sport, but they do stuff that you wouldn't normally do. And I've seen some of the stuff. And also, I'm you might be interested in this.
Okay.
You know, Layla,
Yeah.
our lovely rugby player. She's got a game later on. It's next week actually.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've just said I'm going to pop up on the Sunday in the daytime and get some photos of her play rugby. And she said that she's going to buy me a drink, so that's all good.
Lovely.
I'm happy about that, and if you want to come, you're more than welcome.
If I'm free,
If you're free,
you know I'm always going to come down
absolutely.
or come up.
Well,
Whichever.
yeah. We are going a little bit north, but that's bringing me on to my next subject. Last week I wasn't at Ilkeston, which is quite rare because I'm always there.
Yeah.
And I was actually at the Six Nations, and I actually had an amazing time. The girls.
Yeah, I was shocked with the attendance. It looked very good.
The girls.
Yeah.
Nearly 11,000 people.
How many for the men's?
Quite a lot more.
Oh.
Yeah, because you've got two grounds just over the road from each other. One's Twickenham, the big one. The one's Twickenham the Stoop, which is where the Harlequins play. And it was 10,978 people. So there was nearly 11,000 people there.
For me, that's good.
Yeah, and then
But it could be so much better.
it could have been. There were three stands that were full, and they didn't open one of the stands, so they could have got about 15,000 people in there if they tried. But England women versus Wales, they absolutely annihilated them. They did. It was 66-7.
But to England,
Yeah,
mad.
they was unbelievable, and the hospitality. Walked in, you got free beer. Yeah, I was like free
Okay.
Guinness. And then when we went to the guys, it was exactly the same, and I loved it. I absolutely loved
I
it.
can imagine you did.
But I mean, I'll be doing a few more of those at some point. A few more games, and if I get the chance, I'll give you a shout because you've got to come down to these. They're absolutely
will.
amazing.
I will.
Yeah. So that was last week, and I'm looking forward to this week now. I'm so looking forward to this weekend.
Yeah.
If everything goes to plan and nothing gets called off, because again, coronavirus.
It's Corona time, isn't it?
It is. Why can't it be Jack time? Because everyone loves Jack Daniels. They don't like Corona. They can't give it away in the shops. That's a really weird stat. 38% of Americans,
Will no longer drink Corona.
yeah, because they think they can contract the virus from it.
Oh, I guess that's part of it. Ignorance, maybe.
Oh, it's definitely ignorant.
Yeah.
You just got to look at the president.
Well, before we disappear,
Yes, because I'm going to be doing a whiskey review tonight. So, or should I say bourbon whiskey review. And I will talk about that later, but I'll let you carry on now.
okay. this is a part where I've not planned now.
Okay.
I've run out of things to talk about from what I planned.
Well, what have you watched this week?
This week I have watched nothing.
Nothing.
But what I have watched recently is Afterlife.
Is it any good?
It's incredible.
Really?
It's about a man who wants to end his life, and it's the funniest series I've ever watched.
And it's Ricky Gervais, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when I said that the first time, I said, "Oh, you need to watch it. It's hilarious." It was like, it's about a man who wants to end his life. How can that be funny?
Yeah.
But Ricky Gervais and his team, or whoever's done it, have done an incredible job of bringing the seriousness of mental health and suicide awareness
Yeah.
around, and especially to those who use Netflix, which is very young sometimes. And then obviously everyone uses it at some point, but the demographic is a lot of young people, like teenagers, watch it and use it as a platform instead of TV.
Yeah.
And I think with balanced humour and the seriousness, very, very well.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of them things where you should definitely give it a watch, and tell us what you think about it.
I'll give it a watch. Yeah. Because at the end of the day, I'm always up for something like that. But I tell you, I watched a film this week. Yeah, I was on the go,
Okay.
and it was the new Harley Quinn film. And all I've got to say about it is the only reason I watched it for as long as I did, because I didn't see the end. I genuinely didn't see the end, and that's very rare for me. The only reason that I got as far as I did is because I thought Margot Robbie is just gonna blow it out of the water, and she was okay, but it was nothing like it was billed at, and it was very slow. I'm surprised Ewan McGregor signed up for it. It was that bad.
Yeah.
But I watched another film actually while I was on the go called The Reader.
Okay.
And it's got Kate Winslet in it. I could watch most things with Kate Winslet. She's really good. But it is an old one, but I can't remember exactly how old it is. But it's about German war camps. So.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm on Facebook at the minute, scrolling through, looking at things to talk about.
Yes.
Zane, we've mentioned him a bit. If
Oh,
you
yeah.
listen to this, little shout out to you. Look at that fry up.
Oh, nice.
That's probably the healthiest fry up I've ever seen.
Yeah.
That's mental.
You see, if it's not greasy, it's not a fry up.
But I think it ruins it.
Why?
I'm not a big fan of greasy food. I'm a fan of juicy food.
I'm a fan of all
Like a
food.
juicy burger.
Oh, yes.
But a greasy burger now.
Yeah. I've actually got a friend who's a chef, and I'm going to actually ask her to come on the programme and talk about food at some point.
Yeah. Is that at Kirkcallam?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also
I really need to go up to there.
she also does she works at the Durham Ox.
Okay.
Yeah.
On Saturday before the game, are you busy? Is it open?
It is open. But I think they've got something on up there, but I'm not 100% sure. I'll have to check.
Yeah, if you find out, I might nip up and
Yeah.
have a munch there before.
Yeah, because the food is gorgeous.
Yeah,
Absolutely
some of the stuff
gorgeous.
you put on Twitter is
Oh.
incredible.
Yeah, she did a melt in the middle burger this week, and it was beautiful. But she's actually doing something she's trying to get off the ground, and I want to talk to her about it and ask her a few questions, because she's got a twin sister.
Okay.
And she and Jade is a chef, and her sister is a cook. Yeah.
Okay.
Jade is more about everything.
Okay.
And it's truly amazing what she does with food.
Okay.
And she, like I say, she works at the Durham Ox as well, which she does a lot of time.
Durham Ox at Ilkeston.
Yeah, in Ilkeston.
Okay. I've been there once.
Yeah, it's fairly nice. But yeah, if you ever get a chance, go up to the community centre in Kirkcallam and have something to eat in the cafe.
It is near Ladywood School, is it? Across from there.
It's actually
You go up, turn right, and it's a big centre there.
yeah.
It's near the
Doctors.
GP.
Yeah.
The doctors.
Yeah.
And the corner shop.
Yeah, the corner
shop
shops.
kind of thing, and newsagent
But it's
and the chippy.
it's actually quite good. They do loads of stuff up there. For instance, something that might actually interest you on a Friday night. Not every Friday night, but
Okay.
on a Friday night they do macro photography.
Okay.
So everything up close,
Right.
and it looks good. And it is good, to be fair. But they do. I mean, they do all sorts. They do Slim and World. But when I go up there and I'm in the calf, because I tend to annoy Jade.
Where is the calf? You know the kitchen next to like the hall?
Is
that the kitchen they use?
No, it's the one on the other side.
Is it bigger than the kitchen in the sports fit?
No,
Or in the hall?
it's smaller.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the one in the hall is a commercial one. This one, the one that they use in the calf, is one that you would actually have like at home.
My kitchen at home is tiny.
Yeah. But to be fair, the place is beautiful. The food, every main course is £3, and they have a shop on as well. Yeah, because
Okay.
what they do is they sell food as well.
I'm guessing it's if you like what you've used, you've got the ingredients on the side, you can purchase them.
And the shop is everything is 50p.
Okay.
So you can get something like 3 peppers for 50p, or you can get a jar of curry sauce and stuff for 50p. Depends on what they've got there on the day.
And anyone can access it.
And anybody can go in and they can access it, and they can say, "Oh, what have you got?" And they'll tell you what they've got, and they'll tell you if there is a price change. If there's a price change, it's only up literally to £1, so it's between 50p and £1. And you can. Last night, Slim and Will came in, and apparently they took a lot. So
Okay.
So-
and with the vegetables, is that grown there?
yeah, all the vegetables that they use, actually in the calf for people, is actually grown there. Jade cooks it. My wife grows it, and Jade pulls it out of the garden and then puts it on the plate.
Brilliant. So, talking about getting things off the ground,
Yep.
our social media. We are on Instagram,
Yes.
Twitter, and Facebook. Facebook / the Astraddle Podcast.
Yes.
Or just go into your search bar, search Astraddle Podcast, and it will show you. On Twitter, at Astraddle_pod.
Yep.
And on Twitter, at Astraddle_podcast. That's all you need to know to keep updated when stuff comes out.
Yeah, so we're going to be posting at some point some behind-the-scenes stuff that's happened today. It's not a lot, but where we are, because we're at Antisocial Media's studio in Ilkeston, and we basically are just giving guys like a guided tour of what we do. Photos, a bit of video, and a shout-out to Mike, who's actually making us sound really good, because without him, we'd sound pretty terrible, to be fair.
Yeah, so, follow our social medias, and as you're listening now, I'll give you a little quick 5 seconds to subscribe, turn on a notification bell so you never miss an upload of a new podcast, because I've found out 60-something% of the people listening aren't subscribed.
Are they not?
No more. I think 80-something% aren't subscribed, but they come back and listen.
That's pretty cool.
So, if you are listening now and you're not subscribed, here's your 5 seconds to quickly subscribe and turn on that notification bell.
Yes. And what we're going to do now is we're going to take a break, but when we get back, I'm going to do the whiskey review.
So, what whiskey is it before we get into
Well,
the ring?
This is Jack Daniel's, and it's a bourbon. I don't dare say whiskey. It's Jack Daniel's number 4. It's a limited edition. Yeah,
Okay.
It's got a story behind it. The Astraddle Podcast.
And we are back. That is another cheeky little jingle for you. The voice of Lee.
Yay!
So this is a part where I'm just going to say the next part I'm not involved in due to legal reasons and all that, with me not being 18 and stuff. So, taking my seat will be Mike from Antisocial Media, and him and Lee will be talking a bit about this Jack Daniel's.
Yes, and I can't wait to do this.
So, that's it from me. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, hit the like button, subscribe for more podcasts, follow us on our socials, and here's Mike to take the seat.
Thank you, Danny. I shall see you later. Hello, sir. How are you?
Oh, I'm good.
Good.
I'm good.
You see, this Jack Daniels right here, see, it's not even been opened.
It's a sealed bottle. This is true.
It is a sealed bottle.
Oh, this is one of my favourite sections, isn't it? I always say that.
The best part of the show. Well, you see, this one's got an actual story behind it. The distiller, whose name was Jess Gamble, they was only there for 2 years.
Right.
And it was one of 4 people that's not actually part of the Jack family to actually do this.
So is the current proprietor Daniels as well then?
Yes.
Okay.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Tell me when to stop.
Well, that's good. It's yeah.
This, to me,
I can.
oh, you can smell.
So you're a fan of bourbon
Yes, I'm.
spirits. I'm not going to say whiskey.
I'm going to say that could create a whole lot of issues.
Am I going to tell the difference before I have it? Will I tell? Because I haven't had Jack Daniels in a while. Probably about maybe under a year, but I don't often have it. So am I going to notice? I know the taste.
You probably will notice something different.
All right, that's how I go.
Okay, let's try it. It's not as harsh.
A little bit more sour.
And you've definitely
Perhaps.
got that charcoaly taste.
Of course, what we really need is a bottle of standard Jack to compare it to.
We do.
So we
I should have bought one of
some,
those as well.
and some of what's the stuff that dark chocolate, very high cocoa dark chocolate. Between tastings, if you eat it, it sets the palate back. Like in in sort of perfumeries, they often put little pots of coffee for you to sniff between sniffing different types of perfume and stuff.
Oh, that is actually quite nice. It's one of them where you could, you'd have a session on it and you'd know about it in the morning.
It's the only perfume you need, isn't it?
Absolutely.
Talking of,
I got to admit that. I mean,
yeah, it's really heavy on the head, Jack Daniels. This is something I've noticed.
yeah, and to be fair, I mean, it's a nice fancy bottle. It's actually all in blue, which is kind of weird because it's normally black with white writing. But being a limited edition, they've gone out on a limb here.
No, it's a pretty. Is that what the original number 4 bottles looked like?
Yeah.
Because I don't remember them.
Just everything else was black and the white writing. That was it. So, but that is definitely. I mean, it's like you say. You can definitely do know a difference in the taste if you've drank Jack Daniels recently.
It's funny because I wasn't really aware of Jack Daniels or of bourbon at all until I was quite old. I mean, it's not like whiskey, gin, vodka. I knew, since I was probably a toddler, knew of their existence because of my parents, but they never drank American spirits like that. So I never knew. And first time I saw it was in a Kerrang magazine, and there was a photograph of a sort of, I suppose, black metal artist called King Diamond, and he was there snarling, holding up this bottle of Jack Daniels. That is the coolest drink. Even if I hate it, I'm gonna like that drink. I'm gonna make myself like that drink.
Well, I'm gonna let you tell a little secret. I went to watch a band recently in the last year, and they're a country rock band from America called Cadillac 3. If you get the chance, listen to them.
All right.
If you see them live, Jared, who was the lead singer, he has a mic stand with a holder big enough for a bottle of Jack Daniels, and it comes on stage with a bottle of Jack Daniels. It's pretty amazing. It's one of them where he drinks it a lot, and if it's not Jack, it's a pint of something. But it's always he's always got an alcoholic drink, and it's attached to the mic stand, which is pretty epic.
I remember playing a gig I think it was either London or Salisbury, one of the two. And it was the bass player's birthday, so I bought him one of those big fat bumper bottles of Jack Daniels, and I even wrapped it up. And we got to the venue and played a little bit of the gig, and then I decided to open it before we gave it to him.
Oh.
And the drummer, who's teetotal and for very, very good reasons we discovered that night, he and I drank half the bottle in one.
Oh my God.
And carried on playing, and the set became progressively more scrappy until we just gave up. And there was fighting, there was problems because we just couldn't play, and well, I couldn't, and the drummer didn't really have an inkling for what he was doing either by that point. So
what I'm going to do in the next week or so is I'm going to get online. I'm going to go on St Austell Brewery's website, and I'm going to purchase a bottle of whiskey.
is this the not Cotswolds, the Healy's?
The Healy's.
Oh.
And that one, I will say, we will have a session on that because it is really nice.
They told when we were there, they said this is a fantastic whiskey, and then they carried on with a tour, and that was the one drink we didn't get to try.
Well,
That's
next time you go down, just say that you want to try it. And if they haven't got a bottle, go to a pub called the Pole Gooth in St Austell. And get a drink from there.
They got it on an optic.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful. I had it there last time. It was great.
Have you tried the Cotswolds?
No.
Superb. I mean, right, they do a number of different drinks, but the two whiskies, which are the base of all their other sort of liqueurs they do, it's a cask strength and a standard strength. I think it's sherry cask.
Ooh.
And they're both good. I didn't get the cask strength one. It was very strong, but it wasn't quite as tasty. But honestly, if you get the chance, get a bottle. It's fantastic.
Excellent. And also, last night, I actually I went on the website.
More, sure.
Do you want another one?
Oh, I really should. Yeah.
Yeah, you should. Yeah, you should. It's whiskey. You've got to do it for the cause. You just got it.
I haven't finished that one yet. That's good.
There you go. As I was saying, last night I went on the website, and you know the website I'm talking about. I went on the Whiskey Club website.
Yes.
And I've been thinking about it for a while now. And I am actually now going to be a member of the Whiskey Club, and I can't wait. I can't wait to go and taste some of these really good whiskies.
Oh, right, when we got the gift from my sister and my brother-in-law, I didn't really think much of it. Well, that's nice. Yeah. But the first time we went, because I don't really go out very much. I'm sort of busy here on evenings a lot of the time. Yep. Either mixing or recording or both. And it was such a good night out. I mean, it reminded me of why I like sort of going out at all. And since then, we've been to innumerable, evenings with them, and they're always like that. It's just such a great atmosphere. Nobody knows anybody. For about 2 minutes, you walk in and everyone's in their own little groups. Like Zita and I'll be one side of the room, or maybe we'll clock a few people we've met before. We'll sort of gravitate towards them. After the second shot, by that point, everyone's like sort of arm in arm, just really enthusing about the whiskies, and it's nice to see. Really, it is.
Absolutely. The actual review on this one. What is your verdict on this?
I'm going to give it because I like Jack Daniel's more something to put a mixer. I love putting and not necessarily. I like it with lemonade.
Yep.
Or maybe half lemonade, half soda, and a lot of ice. So, but on its own, it's drinkable, isn't it? It's really quite nice.
Yep.
So on that merit alone, I mean, I'm going to have to give it an 8 out of 10. And I don't really go for bourbon, so for me, that's like, I'm just giving it. It's won an Oscar.
Yeah, absolutely. I would actually say the same. And for it to be, a 70 centilitre bottle and 43%, you can't actually.
Oh, is it 43?
Yeah.
What's the standard one? 40?
40, I think.
No, you can't. No, it tastes smoother than
and I'm going to bring in the Gentleman Jack. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've not tried it.
That's even smoother on the throat.
I've got that little bottle downstairs. It's a part of a collection. I'm not allowed to open it. Another avenue of pleasure that's been permanently closed off.
How can you not have something and not drink it? But
it's hard.
Yeah. So for this week's whiskey review, we've bourbon, sorry. We've done the Jack Daniel's number 4, and it's a special edition. You can get it occasionally now in Tesco. I think they've still got some. I'm not so sure about Morrison's. But it's normally about £20-25, something like that.
Which is pretty reasonable.
Pretty reasonable for a bottle like that. especially when you're paying, just a little bit more for a bigger one abroad.
Yeah, and for a bottle of reasonable blended whiskey, you're paying about the same. But the difference is that's imported, so they would usually be a little bit extra on that, and it's about the same. So yeah,
I tell you what, I do want to try at some point, and I know you've got some, but we won't ask for that. I want to try the Game of Thrones ones because they will be,
here's the thing: we bought one full set, and because of the fact that over a long term, the appreciation is good with whiskey, we bought another entire set, which is my set.
Yeah.
Mine.
Yours.
Yes. It's a present to me.
From
and
you.
And whether I use it as part of as doubling up the collection, because at some point one of the collection, sets will be sold.
Yeah.
I don't know when that's going to be. Probably a few years, I'd have thought. In fact, my prediction is when the prequel to Game of Thrones comes along.
Yeah.
That'll be the time, because everyone loves the whiskies, but when you've got both are hot potatoes, then that's the time to do it.
Yeah.
And so then we'll be left with one, but we've got an extra set and 2 extra bottles.
Wow.
One of Oban and one, I believe, of the Lagavulin, which is going to be really good.
Yeah.
They can be drunk.
Oh.
So let me see how the land lies. See what we can do. We could review that. I mean, it's a good whiskey.
Yeah. We could.
Some of them are meant to be very nice.
We'll have to do that.
Ooh.
So on that note, we are going to call it a day for today, and
another drinks review next time.
Yeah, another drinks review next time, and I'm glad that people are still listening to us. And like Danny said earlier, you can find us on all social medias. And on our YouTube channel, just click subscribe and you will get notifications whenever we drop something on the channel. Okay, this is Lee. I'm signing off. Danny signed off earlier, and have a good weekend.
She's my baby.